Hello, welcome back to Citizen Pew. This is Citizen Pew Commentary, and today in this video at the range here, I have the Sub2000 Gen 3. Now, I have a Sub2000 Gen 2 right here. I've done a couple videos on it and how I pack it up, the bag I have and stuff like that. So, but the Gen 3 is out. I called my FFL, said I want one, and I picked it up last Monday. And yeah, we're gonna give it a try. I haven't shot it yet. Very similar to the Gen 2 with a few modifications that we'll discuss. Of course, this one, if you've heard, is Optics ready. So I do have an Optic on it. Here I have a Sight Mart Optic I picked up on sale or clearance or something from PSA. So yeah, we're going to try it out. I wanted a low profile optic just because of the way I have my Sub2000 Gen 2 set up, to help minimize any impact in the bag. And it's still, with this size of optic, it will not go into the bag. So, but I set the optic up at the house, so we'll see how accurate I did. But I still have to get down on it pretty good to shoot with this thing. And yeah, we'll see how it handles. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna just take a few shots real quick, and then yeah, we'll do some discussions and some comparisons. So it does come with one mag here, one 15-round mag, if you're curious. So, all right, I've got 5 rounds. I loaded up a bunch of mags. I had 5 rounds left, so I just put 5 rounds in a stick here. Let's just go for the plates, see how well I did sighting this in at the house. So, all right, here we go. Aha! Oh, need to turn the optic on. Yeah, let's bump up the power on it a little bit there. There we go. All right, here we go. Safety might help. Yep, was that it? All right, that was it. So, all right, optic's a little low, or a little high. I'll have to adjust that, but I'll compensate for the video and stuff like that. But yeah, so there you go. There's a few shots off of it. Let's talk about this thing for a little bit. Let me go ahead and break out the Gen 2 here, so you have it to compare to. First thing to notice is the Gen 2's breakdown right here is something you pull back and it releases right there, and it hooks onto the front part of your rail there on the top of the rifle. So it hooks right there. The newer model here, the Gen 3, actually, when you break it down and you twist the stock around, it's latching on to one of the M-lock pieces right there like that. So, and then to release it, you have to push the button here on the back that releases it, versus the Gen 2 right here, which was just this lever. So other than that, on the Gen 2, the rear and the tube here and your charging handle here is about the same. They did make it on the Gen 3 here a little bit thicker charging handle, which I like, and you can lock it back on the left or the right, which I like it that way, because I would be holding it more like this and would be locking back with my left hand. So that is an added feature I do like. Now, as far as the front of the rifle, the rail on the Gen 3, you can see here, is longer. Yep, it goes almost all the way up to the threaded part of the barrel. And then, of course, the biggest feature is you lost your center rear optic there, and you don't have your front optic or your front sight. And then, of course, when it breaks over, you bring it around, you twist it, lock it down, so you can keep your optic on there. So, yep. And I'll tell you what, since the Sub2000 came out, you know, there's always been an issue with having an optic on it, and some people have made some, you know, there's some companies out there that made an adaptation that'll fit on your 2000, that'll give you an optic, that'll move it out of the way, and all of that. But honestly, now that I have it, when it first was announced, I was like, I gotta get one. Like I said, told my FFL, get me one of these guys, and they did. And but now that I have an optic on it and stuff like that, and I've been using it with the bag that I have, and I have a Voodoo tactical bag, which you could, if you've watched any of the other videos on my Sub2000 Gen 2, you'll see it. But it holds, you know, a number of magazines already, you know, so you can have it basically all ready to go. And it's very thin, very streamlined. You can throw it in your car, goes under the seat, can go, you know, in the trunk, whatever, so you have it. And that's primarily what I use the Sub2000 for, is if I'm traveling and I'm not going somewhere, pardon me, spider web floating around. If I'm traveling and I'm not going somewhere where I'm going to be shooting, so I'm not taking a lot of firearms with me. I have my, you know, everyday carry with me, and that's about it. I like to have something that, you know, just in case an event occurs, I have something a little bit more than just my pistol. And that's what the Sub2000, that was the niche it fit in my, you know, arsenal, if you would say. And so the problem though with the Sub2000 Gen 3 is it does not work with the bag I already have. Other than that, it works with the magazines, everything else. So, but this Optic just sticks up too much. I can't get the bag closed and all that. So I'm gonna have to see if I can find another bag for it that will work with it and do the same thing I wanted to, or go with an Optic that I can take off and put back on, like a quick connect Optic. But that does add a step in the process of having something that's just kind of an emergency standby, ready to go firearm. So anyhow, I'll tell you what, let's do some more shooting. I'm gonna set those plates back up. We're gonna shoot the Gen 3, of course, see how it functions. This is the Gen 2 again. Let me get it, put it back. And I'll say one thing about the Gen 2. I never had a problem with the iron sights. I did just fine with the iron sights, you know, for what I considered this to be, an emergency backup. You know, you just happen to find yourself in a bad situation for some reason, and it worked out fine for me. So anyhow, all right, let me set the plates back up over there, and yeah, we're gonna do some more. We'll do some firing demonstrations of the Gen 3. All right, give me just a second. All right, I got the plate set back up. I want to see how, so I have a setup in my garage to do some iron sight, or optics, I'm sorry, optic sight setups, where I try to, I got a 40-foot distance I can use, and I've been trying to come up with a little template that I can put on one side, and when I'm on the other side, I can adjust it for various ranges. So I'm going to see, I was off a little bit, so I got to do some tweaking to my template. So we're going to see what it is, but this is the size of mag that comes with it. So it's 15 rounder right here. Now this is a PMag. So yeah, we're gonna try that out, see how it does. All right, I got this camera at a little different angle, so I was hoping to get a little bit better footage. I don't know, we'll see, Let me know what you think. All right, I'm gonna see how well it does here. Whew. All right, I got some plates in the back there. We're gonna go for them. All right, we'll just shoot them off there in the distance here. All righty, there we go. Yeah, I was a little off. I was probably about 4 inches off on sighting my sight in. So yep, gonna have to tweak on that, but I'm building something. Once I get it done, I'll probably do a video on it, but I'm building something in my garage so that I can, you know, at 40 feet, I have a template there. I can put the gun in, have a laser in the barrel, and then adjust my optic, and it'll give me the right setting for the range and stuff like that. So I don't know, gotta work on it. But anyhow, all right, well, it shoots just good as the Gen 2, so I'm liking it. I mean, as far as that aspect, I like having the optic, I really do. But like I said, I do fine without the optic. I do fine with the iron sights on the Gen 2. So, you know, the question for me is going to come down to, if I really want to keep my same bag that I use, what am I going to do? The only thing I can do is just have a removable optic that I can put on. But like I said, that adds a step. And if you're using this like I intend to, which is just a, hey, something went down, I wasn't expecting it, my everyday carry pistol isn't going to be enough. I got a little rifle to get me out of a bad situation, right? I don't know if that little bit of added time is going to be more detrimental or not. So, but I will say, from my experience, of course, you know, with an optic, you're going to be probably, as long as you got it sighted and everything, right, you're going to be better off. Now, as far as removing an optic and putting it back on, do you lose zeroing and all that? You know, that's something I'm going to have to play with. So, anyhow, all right, let's shoot some more through this thing. Let's see here what I got here. I loaded up a bunch of mags because I want to throw a lot of ammo through it. So, here's another one. This is a, I think this is a, yeah, this is a Glock 17 mag. So, and it's a P mag also. So, yeah, I got a bunch of P mags. I got some Glock mags, and then of course the one that came with it. So, anyhow, all right, here we go. All right, the targets are down. We're just gonna shoot my cardboard for now. And I tell you what, I'm gonna aim for the X, and you'll see how off I was on zeroing my optic on here. I need this data so that I can adjust my little setup I have at the house. So let's see how bad it was. Just aiming for the X. Here we go. All right. Yeah, you can see there, that looks like about 4, maybe 5 or 6 inches off. So I got some tweaking to do. Yep. So I'll have to adjust this. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put the plates back up. We'll shoot it. Let me get my screwdriver out. We'll go ahead and do some adjusting here before I do the next set of rounds through there. All right, be right back. All right, I did a little bit of tweaking on the optic here. I don't know, I don't have the laser inside the barrel, so we'll see how I did. I might have made it even worse. I'll tell you what, we'll take a few shots at the target, at the cardboard target, so I can see if I did any improvement or made it worse. So, yep. But that's going to be one of the downsides of the Sub2000 Gen 3 is you now have an optic you have to sight in. And if you have to make it removable, get a quick removal option, now you run the potential of, you know, putting it back on and it not being, you know, zeroed and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Something to think about. So, all right. Let's do a shot on the cardboard. All right, here we go. Whoo, yeah. I got it going to the right for some reason. It went down a little bit, but I'll tell you what, let me tweak on it just a second here. All right, let's see what it does here. All right. All right, it's down. I need to go left again a little bit. Yeah, you just have to deal with me here. Let's see here. Where am I at? Yep, all right. We'll go course adjusting here. All right. Here we go. It's getting a little closer. All right, let's just dump them. I'll get another mag. We'll hit the plates with it. Here we go. All right, there we go. All right, yeah, plates are up. Let's see here. Get myself organized here. All righty. Blam. This is another P mag, Glock 17. So, yeah. All right, here we go. All right, going for the plates. Here we are. All right, it's getting sighted in pretty good, so I don't know if I like this lower optic on it though. It is lower profile, but like I said, it isn't working with my bag and setup that I have already with the Gen 2. So I'm probably gonna go with something that stands off of it a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier. I don't have to press myself so much up against the the tube here. But yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. It'd be nice to have a low profile optic on here, but oh well. All right, let's just dump this one. All right, here we go. Yeah, alrighty. There we go. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and shoot around through the Gen 2 just so you can see with the iron optics that come on the Gen 2 how well it does against the plates. So let me set the plates back up and then we'll give that a try. So, all right, be right back. All right, here we go. We got the Gen 2 out with the iron sights on it. Got the plate set up. Let's just see how it does. You know what I mean? All right. Whew. Yeah. Make sure that camera's still rolling. Here we go. Woo, we're out. All right. Yeah, so, man, that was a little bit more difficult than I remember. It must have been I was just getting used to that optic on there. I think I was aiming a little bit low, because on these plates they lean forward. If you don't hit them in the top, you know, kind of crescent moon area, they ain't gonna fall over. So you saw me hit them a number of times and they didn't fall. So, but there you go. That's the iron optic. I mean, you know, fixed on the Gen 2 and all that. Yep. Alrighty. But there you go. That's the Gen 2. Like I said, and the nice thing about the Gen 2 is if you put, if I can get it all set up here, let me get the mag back. So here's the mag that fits in there. Like this, right there, you know, you're one move away. Boom, you're ready to go with some iron sights. You know, of course you got to practice with them and all that. But, you know, charging handle, if you have it back, all you got to do, push it forward, boom. Now, of course, with the Gen 2, it only goes to the right side. So you can't, if you're gonna use your left hand, you're gonna have to remember to rotate it to the left. So, yeah. All right, Gen 2, here you go. All right, let's get this Gen 3 back here, look at it. All right, so with the Gen 3, of course, your button now is on the back. Sorry, man, stupid, the bugs are everywhere. Your button's on the back. Of course, I have the stock adjusted all the way back like I had on the Gen 2, so you gotta kind of stick your finger in there. And anyhow, so there you go. Instead of just swinging it open, of course you gotta swing and twist now, but you have optic capability. And honestly, if I'm gonna have to do a removable optic, you know, my question would be, why not just stick with the Sub2000 Gen 2, right? I mean, what advantage do I have if I'm gonna use a removable optic? The only thing I get out of the Gen 3 is the charging handle now can lock onto the left or the right side. Yeah, and if I gotta use a removable optic, the Gen 2 also has the iron sights built in, so they're my backup. So I don't know. Is the Sub2000 Gen 3 gonna be worth it? You know, I honestly, for my setup, I'm gonna have to do some, you know, hard thinking, because it's not, to me, let me show you my bag here. You'll see what I'm talking about. So let me get stuff kind of put away here. Yep, there it is. All right, so this is my bag by Voodoo Tactical. So right here, I have a pouch here and here that I can put a box of ammo in, or some more mags. I have 4 mags right here, 4 Glock 17 mags go in there. They're all loaded up. And then on the inside, of course, let's see if I can hold this up. Yeah, you know what? Let me just move the camera down so you can see the inside. All right. Yeah, maybe the sun won't let you see it, but hopefully you can kind of see it. Let me tilt it up a little bit here, so you can see the Sub2000. This is the Gen 2. Sits right here. You got room for 2 mags. There, you can also have your mag in it, loaded up, ready to go. So everything folds up nice and neat, and it's a briefcase like that. So, all right, let me get the camera back. All right. Yeah, all right, hopefully I got it back up right. So that's the setup I have. So the Gen 3, I don't know. I'll play around with it. I mean, I wanted to get it just, you know, because I like the Sub 2000, and the Gen 2 is kind of my go-to to take with me if I am not, if I'm not going to be going somewhere on a trip where I'm already taking some firearms with me. The the Sub 2000, you know, I just throw this bag in the car or under the seat or whatever, and I have a little carbine just in case something happens, right? Just in case I need something more than my everyday carry pistol. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm, you know, the question now is do I upgrade to the Gen 3? I have tried, you know, I own the Ruger PC9, and I thought maybe that would be a valid option to upgrade from the Gen 2 Sub 2000, but the thing's just too heavy for what it's going to be, what I use it for. It's just too heavy, and then, you know, of course it doesn't break over, it breaks down, and you still have to put it together and all that. And I was just like, nope, that's not a viable option. And I picked up the Smith & Wesson, what is it, their breaks over on the side, the FRD or FDR or something. I did a video on it. I no longer have that one. I sold that one off. It's a nice firearm, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near as compact as I needed it to be to do a replacement for what I use the Sub 2000 for. So if you're gonna ask me, if you don't have a Sub 2000 and you're gonna ask me, should I get the Sub 2000 Gen 3 or the Gen 2? I'm kind of up in the air right now, honestly. I really am, because I've had the Sub 2000 Gen 2 for so long. I've figured it out, and I've got the bag for it and everything. And the Optic would be a nice feature, but that's a lot of room right there that I've got to accommodate for now in a bag, unless I make it removable. And if I'm going to make it removable, I can just use my Gen 2 Sub 2000. So I really like the feature that this can lock back now on the left and right. I'll tell you what, if Kel-Tec makes an option where I can buy a new tube that'll lock this back on the left and right, I might just upgrade my Sub 2000 Gen 2 to that, because unless I can find an optic that's gonna, you know, they have some optics that pop up and stuff. I've never seen anybody have any luck off of them. So if I have to come up with a new bag to accommodate an optic, and this isn't going to be ideal, I'm going to need something that stands up a little bit more. I really am. So I don't know. I don't know if the Gen 3 is worth upgrading to from the Gen 2. That's my honest thoughts, you know. And it sucks because I was really hoping the Gen 3 would just bring a whole bunch more awesome, but it just adds more complications if you ask me. I do like the charging handle being able to go onto the left or right, but other than that, there's an airplane above me. Other than that, swinging it around and locking it with an optic on it is cool, but that optic takes up room, and that was my issue with, you know, the Smith & Wesson version. Was when it folds to the side, you still had an optic on top. So even if you're trying to condense it to fit in a tube or something like that, you still got the optic. The optic is always the problem. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. But you know, I've already picked it up, so I'm gonna play with it, see if I can find the best option for the Gen 3. But I don't see it replacing my Gen 2 anytime soon. That's just my thoughts. So let me know what you think down in the comment section. And if you're curious, like I said, the site I put on there was a Site Mart. I picked it up on PSA. It was on sale or clearance or something. It's the SM26045. Oh, freaking spider. Come on. Y'all climbing all over my stuff. Anyhow, I picked a bunch of them up on sale. They had some on clearance, some on sale. And I picked up, I don't know, I probably picked up 4 optics in the last couple weeks. So, but I thought this one, being that it came with a rail mount and it sat pretty low, would be a good option for the Gen 3 Sub 2000. I don't think it is. I don't think it's going to work. I think I'm going to need a riser. I need a riser on there. I just, yeah, I'm just pressed all the way down against the tube there to get that thing to see right. And this, you know, I would consider this more of a pistol optic anyway with the design of it. I mean, you can put it on a carbine, of course, but I think you're gonna have to lift it up to do it. So, and that's gonna add space. That means it's gonna have to be removable, and that defeats the purpose of anything. You know, that would defeat the purpose of the Sub2000 Gen 2. I can just do that with the Gen 2. So why get the Gen 3, right? All right, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. You know, if you're in the market, if you're looking at buying a Sub2000, I can't say I would recommend getting the Gen 3 over the Gen 2 right now. I just can't. I can't. I mean, the Gen 2s are really good price right now. I've been seeing them online. So, you know, with the Gen 3 coming out, the Gen 2s usually will go down in price. So this might be the time to buy a Gen 2 if you're looking at it. And you know, a Gen 3, if you don't have a setup with a bag already, if that's not an issue with you, then get the Gen 3. But for me, I have everything built to accommodate or set up to accommodate a Gen 2, which is to keep a very low profile and have my mags, you know, in the bag stacked and staggered beside it. So this is going to be an issue. So, all right, like I said, bugs flying around. That's my thoughts. Put a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Anyhow, appreciate you watching the video. Hold on a second. Freaking spiders crawling all over everything. Appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget, I do post some pictures every now and then on Instagram. They've been getting a little uppity lately. I do a lot of stuff on Twitter or X, and you know, some people get upset with some of the stuff I say, but you know, I try to be, you know, express my pro 2A attitude over there. Anyhow, of course, you know, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Check out some of the other videos. I do have a website at citizenpew.com. I'm always trying to add some stuff there, make it a good, useful tool, put some basics informations there and stuff like that. So check it out. If you see something that you don't like about the website, you know, you can always leave a comment in any of the videos I have. But I have some links over there to some good information, useful information, manufacturers if you need warranty issues, stuff like that. Just, you know, I just try to make it a useful tool. You know, it's something I do every now and then. I get on there, try to add a few things. You know, so it's getting built real slow because I'm the only one doing all this. So, but I'm trying to put it out there. So, you know, if there's something you'd like to see, by all means, leave a comment down in the comment section. Other than that, I appreciate you watching the video, and y'all have a good day.